Don River Park is going to transform which was previously an industrial site into a dynamic, year-round, renaturalized public park.
The history of this particular place is quite remarkable. In the 1880s, this was mixed residential and industrial. In the early 20th century, this neighborhood and the Don River became more and more polluted until most homes were replaced by industry.
This whole area essentially has disappeared from view for several decades. It was a failed industrial area. It was a failed project as far as Ataratiri in the 80s, and then it just kind of disappeared and didn't even exist for Torontonians.
I don't think people realize the complexity of this park. You know, we had to relocate sewers, the soil had to be compacted. There's actually a sewer under here on stilts. All of that was done because of the nature of this land, because how polluted it was. It had to be cleaned, and because of the risks of flooding from the Don River.
Don River Park is going to sit on top of what you're standing on, which is a berm or flood protection landform. And the berm's been designed not just to protect this area, but it in fact protects a 99 hectare or 245 acre area right over to Toronto's financial district from a potentially devastating flood.
This is next generational development. It's smart growth in every sense of the word. When you look at the type of development that will be going onto the site, when you look at the type of uses that will be on the site, when you look at the rehabilitation of this particular site, it means green growth, it means healthy growth, it means quality of life growth.
The park is now the center, this wonderful destination park. It's right beside the Don River. It's going to connect to the Don River Trail. It's going to connect down to the Martin Goodman Trail. It's going to connect up to King Street. It's going to connect to the Distillery District. And at the center of all of those is going to be the park and a new residential community.
As you know, this park is the first under construction in the West Don lands, home to the Athletes Village for the 2015 Para-Pan American Games. We are all very excited to be hosting the Games, which will leave a long-lasting legacy of top-notch recreation and sports facilities for all Ontarians. Today marks an important step towards 2015.
So this is an important project here. It'll be a leadership project for many areas in Canada. It's not just in the big cities. Most of the smaller cities in Canada too have downtown lands that need to be remediated. And we're just really in the last 10 or 20 years learning how to do that and learning how to do it well.
When you put in infrastructure, you don't separate infrastructure from parks. You put the two together and you make the infrastructure better and you make the park better.
In many ways, building infrastructure equates to building quality of life. In this context, Don River Park will be a showpiece for this city and a symbol of smart development for all of Ontario.
It's unlike the past where we built buildings first. What Waterfront Toronto is doing first is building the spaces for people, which says that our waterfront is for all Torontonians, irrespective of background or income. I think that's truly a Toronto value, and I'm very proud today to be here to express it.
So I think it brings this place back into Toronto's imagination in a fresh, green way. It doesn't bring it back with tall buildings, it brings it back with a tall park.